Now, during this trip, it also emerged that India and the US have agreed to establish a new semiconductor fabrication plant focused on advanced sensing, communication and power electronics for national security, next-generation telecom and green energy applications. This is the first ever India-US semiconductor fab cooperation of its kind. More in this report.
US President Joe Biden and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed a watershed arrangement to establish a new semiconductor fabrication plant focused on advanced sensing, communication and power electronics for national security, next-generation telecommunications and green energy applications. The fab will be enabled by support from the India Semiconductor Mission as well as a strategic technology partnership between Bharat Semi, Third iTech and the US Space Force. Some of the key highlights are: this is the first ever India-US semiconductor fab cooperation of its kind. It's the first time ever the US military has agreed to do a technology partnership for these highly valued technologies with India, hence making it a watershed moment as powerful as the civil nuclear deal. The fab becomes not only India's first, but also one of the world's first multi-material fab for national security. The Bharat Semi fab, titled Shakti, also becomes one of the first fabs of its kind in the Quad. The fab will focus on three essential pillars for the modern war fighting: advanced sensing, advanced communications, and high voltage power electronics. These three areas also have huge growing needs for commercial sectors such as railways, telecom infrastructure and data centers and green energy. These semiconductors fall under a family known as compound semiconductors. Three main tech areas include infrared, gallium nitride and silicon carbide. It's part of PM Modi's vision for India to become a chip maker from a chip taker. This fab becomes a national asset and further helps India's goals of becoming a net security provider in the region. This is a glass ceiling broken in tech diplomacy and years down the road will go down in history books as a watershed moment in India-US relationships. India's current import bill in these semiconductors for national security alone is $1 billion a year. This becomes the first true India-US semiconductor fab project. Other projects in the past have included testing and assembly OSAT. But this is raising the game and going into true chip fabrication, the holy grail of semiconductors.
भारत चाहता है दुनिया में ज्यादा से ज्यादा डिवाइस मेड इन इंडिया चिप पर चलें। हमने सेमीकंडक्टर सेक्टर को भी भारत की तेज ग्रोथ का आधार बनाया है। पिछले साल जून में भारत ने सेमीकंडक्टर सेक्टर के लिए इंसेंटिव घोषित किए थे। इसके कुछ ही महीनों बाद माइक्रोन की पहली सेमीकंडक्टर यूनिट का शिलान्यास भी हो गया।
After this tech partnership, India will join a handful of elite nations with the capability and know-how to manufacture these types of semiconductors on shore. Bureau Report, DD, India.